Alright people, so we will continue with more problems on permutations and combinations. Okay. Let A be a set of 12 elements. The number of subsets of A containing at least 4 elements. Okay, so now we know that the number of subsets of any set, if there are, let's say, the number of subsets of n, let's say if cardinal number of a set A is n, so the number of subsets will be equal to the power of n. So in this case, we have cardinal number of A as 12. So the number of subsets will be 2 to the power of 12. That is the total number of subsets. Now the number of subsets of A containing at least 4 elements. Okay. So we have to find out at least 4 elements here. At least 4 elements, which means 0, 1, 2 and 3. These are the subsets which need to be ignored. So number of subsets containing up to 3 elements. So the first one is 3C0. Okay, no elements at all. This will be 12 elements. We have not chosen any one of them. Okay, now we will have 12C1 plus 12C2 plus 12C2. So this number of subsets needs to be ignored from this entire thing to get the required condition. The number of subsets of A containing at least 4 elements. So we can say therefore the number of subsets of A containing at least 4 elements. This will be equal to 2 to the power of 12 minus, so this is how much, let's calculate this. 12C0 will basically mean 12 factorial upon 0 factorial. This will be 1, right? This will be 1 because this will be 12 factorial upon 0 factorial and 12 minus 0. This will be 1. Okay, 12C1, this will be 12. 12C2, that will be 12 into 11 into factorial 10 upon factorial 10 into 2. So that gets cancelled. So this will be 66. Okay. 12C3, so 12 into 11 into 10 into factorial 9 upon factorial 9 into 3 into 2. 9, 2 5s are 10, 3 4s are 12. 44 into 5. 4 5s are 20, 4 5s are 20, 21, 22. This is 220. Okay. So we have here 6, 7, 8, 1, 9. 2 plus 6, 8, 8 plus 1, 9. 299. This will be 299. So this will be 2 to the power of 12 minus 299. And that's exactly how much. 2 to the power of 6 we know is 4, 4 to the 8, 8 to 16, 16 to 32, 32, 64. 64 into 64. 4 4s are 16, 6 4s are 24, 256, 6 4s are 24, 6 is 36, 37, 38. So that will be 5 plus 4, 9, 8 plus 19, 4096. That will be 4096 minus 299. So this is going to be 9 plus 7, 60, 8, 9 plus 9, 18. This will be 7, 3, 3, 7, 9, 7. Where we have an option there, this will be the one. Okay. Alright, so the next question is, let A and B be two sets containing 4 and 2 elements respectively. Then the number of subsets of A into B. Okay, so what will be A into B? What will be A into B, or rather cardinal number of A into B? This is going to be how much now? How many elements will we have? This will be cardinal number of A into cardinal number of B. So that's how much. Cardinal number of A is 4, cardinal number of B is this, so this will be A. So total number of subsets possible, total number of subsets that are possible, subsets possible will be equal to 2 to the power of A, 2 to the power of A. Now we have to find out having at least 3 elements, which means that we have to ignore anything above 3. Okay, at least giving at least 3 elements. So this will be, therefore the number having at the most two elements. How many will this be? See, we have here 8 C0, nothing at all, 8 C1 plus 8 C2. Over and above this has to be included. So this has to be subtracted from 2A. So we will just calculate the value here. 8 C0 will be obviously 1 plus 8 C1, that will be 8, and 8 C2 will be 8 into 7 into factorial 6 upon factorial 6 into 2. This gets cancelled, this will be 4, that will be 28. 8 plus 8, 16, 16 plus 1, 17, 2 plus 1, 3, 37. So the number of subsets having at least 3 elements. At least 3 elements will be equal to 2 to the power of 8, 2 to the power of 8 minus this 37. 2 to the power of 8 minus this 37, so 2 to the power of 8 will be 16 into 16, that is 256. 256 minus 37. Okay, so 9 plus 16, 290. So we are getting 290 here. This will be the correct answer. Okay. Alright, so we have here a problem which states that let L1 and L2 be two lines intersecting at P. So L1 and L2 are two lines. Let's say we make this as L1 and this as L2. So let's say L1 and L2 are two lines which are intersecting at P. A1, B1 and C1 are points at L1. So let's say we make any point here, A1, B1 and let's say C1 are points on L1 and A2, A3, C2, D2, and let's say we make it or we extend it. This is L2, D2 and E2. D2 and E2 are points on L2. Okay. If none of these coincides with P, so none of them is coinciding with P, which means that all these points and their two respective lines are basically separate. So A1, B1, C1 and P are all separate. P, A2, A3, C2, D2 and E2 are all separate. L1 and L2 are the lines. Okay. If none of these coincide with P, then the number of triangles that can be formed with these 8 points. So how many number of triangles can be formed? So for forming a triangle, we will need a minimum of 3 points. Okay. So we will have 3 cases here. One, choosing 2 points from L2, choosing 2 points from L1 and 1 point from L2. That's going to give us how much? Choosing 2 points from L1 and 1 point from L2. Choosing 2 points from this can be done in 1, 2, 3. So we are not taking P as of now. So this will be 3. This will be 3 C2 and 1 point from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 C1. 3 C2 into 5 C1. Okay, so that will be how much? That will be 3 into 5. That is 15 ways. Okay. The second thing is OR. This will be basically an OR condition. Okay. Choosing 2 points from L2 and 1 point from L1. Choosing 2 points from L2 and 1 point from L1. That will be 5 C1 into choosing 2 points. This will be 5 C2 into 3 C1. Right? 5 C2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have to choose 2 points from here and 3 C1. So that's going to be 5 into 4 into factorial 3 upon factorial 3 into 2. So this gets cancelled. So this will be 10. So that's 10 into 3. So that's 30. 10 into 3, that is 30. Okay. And what would be the other case? If we take P as constant, 1 from here and 1 from here, any one of these points, choosing P and 1 from L1 and 1 from L2. Now this can be done in 3 C1 into 5 C1. So that will be 3 into 5, that is 15. Now all these are basically OR cases. All these are basically OR cases. So we get 15, 30 and then we have 15. So the number of ways here is, therefore total number of ways in which this is possible is 15 plus 30 plus 15. So that will be 60. We don't have an option here. Why don't we have an option here? Our options for correct. Why don't we have an option here? Let me just check whether I have. There seems to be a problem with the options that we have mentioned here. Oh, I am sorry, this is for it. No, we have an option, right? This will be 55, 15, that will be 60. Okay, there seems to be a misprint here. This has to be 60. Okay. So this will be the correct answer. Okay, so we have another problem here. The set A is equal to 1, 2, 3 to 21 is to be partitioned such that A union B into 3 sets basically A, B and C. So we have to make 3 subsets of the set A. This has to be partitioned in such a way. The set A has to be partitioned in such a way in A, B and C of equal size such that A union B union C is equal to S, which means that they are all subsets, and A intersection B is equal to B intersection C is equal to C intersection C. That's a basically null set. So the number of ways to partition S is, how many number of ways can we partition this? Okay, so now we know that these are of equal size. So each of these A cardinal number of A will be equal to cardinal number of B will be equal to cardinal number of C. So now to select, so basically this will mean the total number of elements here is 21. So each one of them will have 7 elements. So choosing 7 elements for A, choosing 7 elements for A, this can be done in 14C7 ways. 14C7 ways, okay, and choosing 7 elements for B. Now once 7 elements have been chosen for A, since these sets are basically disjoint, they will have no common elements at all. So there is no question of any common elements out here. So once 7 elements have been chosen for A, the 7 elements for B can be chosen in, or rather this will be 21C7, I'm so sorry. From 21 elements we will be choosing 7. For this one we will be having 14C7 elements. And obviously remaining 7, this will be for C. This is for remaining 7. So there is just one way in which this can happen. 21C7 basically is for choosing 7 elements for A. We will be left with 14 more elements after choosing 7 elements for A. So this will be 14C7. So out of that we have to choose 7 elements for B. Obviously the remaining number of elements will be for C. So this can happen in 21C7 into 14C7 ways. We will just have to calculate the mathematical part here. 21. So what answers do we have? In each one there is factorial 21. So let's keep factorial 21 as common. Okay, 21 minus 7. That's basically 14 factorial into 7 factorial. Okay, into we have 14 factorial upon 14 minus 7, that's 7 factorial, and again 7 factorial. So this and this gets cancelled. This is 21 factorial upon 7 factorial raised to 3. So 21 factorial upon 7 factorial raised to 3. This will be the correct answer. Okay. Okay, so we have here let x is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and a is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can see that a is basically a subset of x. The number of subsets of b of x, so b is also basically a subset of x, such that a minus b is equal to 4. A minus b is equal to 4. So now we have to think about how many, the number of subsets of b of x. Now b can be, so b has to be basically, it has to contain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So b should essentially contain 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 5, and it is basically a union of a set C, where C is a set, or rather subset of the remaining elements in X, which are, see, first of all we have to select all those elements of A minus a 4. We cannot select a 4 because A minus B is equal to 4. Okay, so we cannot select 4, but we have to select all elements of A. So apart from 4, we have selected all the elements of A. So these elements have to be there in B for this to be true. And additionally, B can also contain all those remaining elements from let's say 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So B can contain all the remaining elements of X, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now this is a mandatory condition, and this can be made into subsets. So how many elements do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for a set, for C, 2 to the power of 5 subsets, 2 to the power of 5 subsets are possible. So for a set C, 2 to the power of 5 subsets are possible. So in this case, this will be the answer. Okay, this will be the answer. Okay. Alright, the number of positive integral solutions of the equation. Okay, now let's take 1050. So if I take 1050, 2 5s are 10, 525, 3 1s are 3, 7s are 21, 3 5s are 15, 3 5s are 50, or rather 5 3s are 15, 5 5s are 25, this is 5 7s are 35, and 7 1s are. So 1050 can be written as 2 into 3 into 5 square into 7. Okay, so now this is basically the set. Okay, so we have x1 into x2 into x3 into x4 into x5 is equal to 1050. Okay, so the number 2 can be for any of these. Okay, so the number 2 can be chosen. The number 2 can be chosen from 5 ways, or the number 2 can be assigned in 5 different ways. Okay, it can be either x1, it can be either x2, it can be either x3, x4, x5. Okay, similarly, so this is for 2. Similarly, for 3, for the number 3, it can be chosen from 5 ways. Similarly, the number 7, it can be chosen from 5 ways. Okay, so the number 3 and the number 7. So now we have to select number 5 square. Now we have already done with 3, so we have 2 places more to fill. Okay, so the number 5 square can be chosen from. So how can this number be assigned? 5 square. See, 2 can occupy any of these 5 places. 3 can occupy any of these 5 places. Now 5 can occupy either solo, that is 5 places, 5 ways, Either we put one number as 25 here, or we can do it in 5 days. This can be, let me just check here. So 5 square, which means that we have to fill it in 2 places, right? We have already filled 2, we have already filled 3 and 7. We have 2 more places to fill. Okay, 5 square can be chosen from obviously 5 ways or 5 C2 ways. 5 C2 ways. Okay, 5 square. So this is basically OR condition, which means 5 plus 5 C2, and this will be 5 plus 5. 50, 5 into 4 into 3 factorial upon 3 factorial into 2. So that will be 10. So this will be 15. Okay. So the number of, therefore the total number of ways possible, will be equal to 5 for 2, 5 for 3, 5 for 7 and 15 for 5. So this will be 25 into 15, 25 into 15, that's basically 125 into 25, so this will be 375. Do we have an answer here? No, we don't have an answer here. Why don't we have an answer here? 5 into 5 into 5 into 15. Oh, this will be 125. Oh, 125. Sorry. This will be 125 into 15. So that's going to be 5 5s are 25, 5 11, 12, 5 1s are 5 and 6. Okay, into 1, 2, 5. That will be 5, 7, 8, 1875. Yes, we have an option here, 1875. Okay. Okay, so in this question, 11 persons are to be seated around a round table if 2 particular persons do not wish to sit together. So here we have a round table basically. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and this is 11. Okay. 2 particular persons do not wish to sit together, then the number of ways. Okay. Now, if 2 particular persons do not wish to sit together. Okay. Now, the 11 people, if we take these 2 people as 1, if 2 particular persons do not wish to sit together, so they do not wish to sit together. So if I take them as 1, so it will be a total. It will be a total of 10 people, and 10 people, or rather n people can be made to sit in a circular arrangement. In n minus 1 factorial ways. Okay. So we a total of 10 people. So this will be 10 minus 1 factorial. So that will be basically 9 factorial ways. Okay. Now these 2 people do not wish to sit together. So the permutation of 2 people will be basically equal to factorial 2 ways. Okay. Factorial 2 ways, which means the total number of ways. The total number of ways will be equal to factorial 2 into we have 11 people. Okay. We have 11 people. So this will be factorial 10 ways. Okay. So 11 people, it will be a total of basically 11 people. Okay. So it will be a total of 11 people. So 11 minus 1, that is 10 factorial ways, and these 2 people can be made to sit in factorial 2 ways. So this will be factorial 2 into factorial 2 means 2, so 2 into factorial 10. So this would be the answer. Okay, let Tn denote the number of triangles. I think I will need space for this sum. So let me rub a portion of this off. Okay, let Tn denote the number of triangles that can be formed by using the vertices of a polygon of n sides. Okay, so here we have Tn, vertices of a polygon of n sides. The number of triangles that can be formed is equal to number of triangles that can be formed of a polygon of n sides, and that is how much? That is how much? nc3. Okay, nc3. Okay, this is nc3. Okay, number of polygons that can be formed by using the vertices of a regular polygon of n sides. If Tn, so therefore we can say that Tn basically denotes nc3. Okay, now here we have Tn plus 1 minus Tn. So this will be Tn plus 1 minus Tn is equal to 55. So in place of Tn plus 1 we can write n plus 1 c3 minus n c3 is equal to 55, right? We can write this. Now we know that n plus 1 cr is equal to n cr minus 1 plus n cr. We have already proved this, right? N plus 1 cr can be written as ncr minus 1 plus ncr. So here, breaking this up, we can write n plus 1 r minus 1. There is nc2 plus nc3, right? We can write this as nc2. This can be written as nc2 plus nc3 minus nc3 is equal to 55. So obviously at nc3 and nc3 gets cancelled here. nc2 is equal to 55. That will be factorial n upon n minus 2 factorial 2 factorial is equal to 55. If I take this 2 here, so this will be n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 factorial upon n minus 2 factorial is equal to 55 into 2, that is 110. So n minus 2 and n minus 2 get cancelled. We have here n square minus n minus 110. N square minus n minus 110 is equal to 0. So this will be 110. 2 5s are 10, 55. 5 11s are 55. 11 ones are, so basically 11 into 10. So that will be n square minus 11n plus n minus 110 is equal to 0. n into n minus 11 plus 10 into n minus 11 is equal to 0, which means n minus 11 into n plus 10 is equal to 0, which means either n minus 11 is equal to 0 or n plus 10 is equal to 0, which means either n is equal to 11 or n is equal to minus 10. So either n is equal to 11 or n is equal to minus 10. So we cannot have the number of sides as negative. So here n will be equal to 11. But we don't have an answer here. Why don't we have an answer here? We are making some mistake. NC2 plus NC3. Let me check here. What seems to be the problem? NC2 will mean factorial n minus 2 upon 2 factorial. So it will be n minus n minus 2, n minus 2, n minus 2. And this 2 is here, so this is some mistake in the option here. There should be 11. This should be 11. We don't have an option here. Okay, so this will be 11 as the correct answer. Okay. Okay, so there are m men and 2 women participating in a chess tournament. This is also basically a problem from IIT. There are m men and 2 women participating in a chess tournament. Each participant plays 2 games with each other participant. If the number of games played by the men between themselves exceeds the number of games played between the men and the women by 84, then the value of m is. Okay, so let's go to check this out here. Okay, now number of games that can be played between there are n women and 2 women participating chess tournament. Each participant plays 2 games with each other participant. If the number of games played by the men between themselves, so we need 2 players out of a lot of, so this will be MC2. First we have selected 2 players out of a lot of n players, and these will be playing 2 matches each. So this each will be, so here we are being said that each participant plays 2 games. So first of all we have selected 2 participants out of n, and each of them will be playing 2 games. So this will be the total number of ways in which number of games that can be played between men. Okay, and now it exceeds, now the number of games that can be played between a man and a woman. Okay, so we have to first of all select from m men we are selecting 1 man, and from 2 women we are selecting 1 woman, and each participant plays 2 games. So this will be 2 into MC1 into 2C1. Okay, now exceeds the number of games between men and women by 84. So this exceeds this by 84. So here we have 2 into MC2 minus 2 into MC1 into 2C1 is equal to 84. We divide this by 2, so we are left with MC2 minus MC1. MC2 minus MC1 into 2, right? 2C1 is, this is 84. 2C1 can be written as 2. Okay, so here we have n factorial upon n minus 2 factorial upon 2 factorial. So this will be m into m minus 1 into m minus 2 factorial minus MC1. That's going to be m. MC1 will be m minus 2m is equal to 84. Okay, so this gets cancelled. We have here this 2. So this 2 will basically mean 2. So this 2 gets multiplied by this. Okay, so we have here m square minus n minus 4m. M square minus m minus 4m is equal to 84 to 2, that is 168. So this will be m square minus 5m minus 168 is equal to 0. So 168, 2 8s are 16, 2 4s are 8, 2 4s are 8, 2 2s are 4, 2 2s are 4, 2 1s are 2, 3 7s are 21, 7 1s are 7. So this will be, we have to get 5 out here. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8 and 21. 21 minus 8, no, that will not do. So we have here 7 2s are 14, 14 2s are 28, 3 2s are 6, no, that will not do. 7 2s are 14, 3 2s are 6, 6 2s are 12. 14 and 12, that is not going to work out. So what is going to work out? 2 2s are 4, 4, 3s are 4, 7s are 28 and 6. No. 2 2s are 4, 7 2s are 14. Or we can write this as m is equal to minus b, that is minus 5, minus 5 plus minus b square, that is 25 minus 4 into 8, that is 1 into c, that is 168 upon 2a. Okay, so we have to basically ignore the negative value, just put the positive value here. So this will be 5 plus 25 plus 168 into 4, that will be 8 4s are 32, 6 4s are 24, 25, 26, 27, 4 1s are 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8 4s are 32, 6 4s are 24, 27, 4 1s are 4, 5, 6. Okay, and that plus 25. So here we have 7, 9, 12, missed out on. Okay, now I understand. So when I have divided this by 2, this should have become 42. Yes. This should have become 42. This should have become 42. So now multiplying this by 2, this should become, I am so sorry, 84. Okay, now this will get solved here. Now this will get solved here. So we will have here m square minus 5n minus 84 is equal to 0. So 12 7 is 84 mean n square minus 12n plus 7n minus 84 is equal to 0, which means n into n minus 12 plus 7 into n minus 12 is equal to 0, which means n minus 12 into n plus 7 is equal to 0, which means either m is equal to 12 or m is equal to minus 7. So here in this case we will have m is equal to 12. Okay, the value of m here will be